Banks are some of the richest institutions in the world. They make massive profits with billions flowing through their systems every single day. But have you ever stopped to ask how they actually make money? Not just the obvious stuff, but the deeper strategy behind it? Here's the secret most people miss. You don't need to own a bank to make money like one. You just need to think like one. Because banks don't see money as something to earn and spend. They see it as something to multiply. A tool, a system, a cycle that grows itself. But what if you could flip the script? What if you could make money like a bank? Not by becoming one, but by thinking like one? Let's break down how they do it, and how you can too. Let's start with the basics. When you deposit money into a regular savings account, you might earn a few cents a month. That same money is then loaned out to someone else at a much higher rate. While you earn 0.01% interest, they're paying 7% or more. You're saving, they're multiplying. Now imagine if you switched roles. Instead of being the person who earns next to nothing on your money, you became the one putting it to work. That doesn't mean becoming a loan shark or opening your own bank. It just means learning to use your money like a tool, not a storage unit. Let's say you have $1,000. You could leave it in a savings account where it earns maybe $1 a year. Or you could buy a vending machine, put it in a busy location, and start earning $50 to $100 a month. That's not theory. That's how people do it every day. They put their money into small systems that generate real cash flow. That's the mindset shift. Money isn't just for saving, it's for building. Another powerful method is lending. Traditional banks are middlemen. They borrow from you at a low rate, your savings, and lend to others at a high rate, credit cards, mortgages. But with peer-to-peer lending platforms, you can now do the same thing, responsibly. You lend money directly to borrowers, and in return, you receive regular payments with interest. You're no longer just the customer. You've stepped into the other role, the one who earns from the transaction. And this goes even further. Let's say your friend wants to start a small food stall. They need $500. Instead of giving it away, you treat it like a microloan. You draft a simple agreement, maybe charge a small interest rate, and agree on monthly repayments. You've just created a mini version of what financial institutions do on a massive scale. But what if you don't want to lend to people? That's fine. You can still make money like financial institutions by investing in cash-flowing assets. These are things that pay you regularly without you having to show up every day. For example, dividend-paying stocks. When you buy a share in a company like Coca-Cola or Johnson & Johnson, you become part owner. And as long as the company makes a profit, you receive a piece of it every quarter. You don't need to manage anything. You just collect your earnings. Or let's look at real estate. You don't need to buy a mansion. You can start with a small plot of land, a storage unit, or a tiny home. Something that brings in income month after month. Even renting out a spare room on Airbnb can act like a mini rental business that earns money the way larger institutions earn through mortgage payments. The secret is this: institutions don't rely on one income stream. They build layers of revenue, interest, rent, fees, and dividends. You can do the same, one stream at a time. Now let's talk about systems. That's where the real power is. Financial giants don't operate based on emotion. They have automated processes that run 24/7. Every transaction, every loan payment, every fee, it's all part of a machine that works whether people are watching or not. You can build your own version of that. Let's say you sell digital art, a printable calendar, or a small ebook. You create it once, upload it to an online marketplace, and set it to sell while you sleep. Every time someone buys it, you earn. That's what institutions do on a bigger scale. You just need to start small and build up. Or maybe you run a side hustle, like photography, design, or tutoring. You create packages, set up a simple website, and automate how people book and pay you. Suddenly, instead of chasing clients manually, your system does the work. You're working smarter, not harder. Even a basic automated savings plan, where a portion of your income is automatically transferred to your investment account every month, is a version of a system. You're removing the friction and making your money behave like it's supposed to. Now here's another move: recurring income. Large financial firms love recurring charges. They bill monthly, whether it's for account maintenance, subscriptions, or service fees. And while one small fee might not seem like much, thousands of them add up to millions. You can apply this too. Maybe you run a small business or a freelance service. Instead of charging one-time fees, you offer clients a monthly retainer. You provide ongoing value, social media management, graphic design, tech support, and get paid steadily. That's how wealth becomes predictable. Not flashy, but consistent. Consistency is everything. While most people try to flip $100 into $1,000 overnight, The more sustainable path is building slow, steady income that compounds over time. It's the same reason some people quietly build wealth, while others are stuck in the cycle of chasing money. And here's something else: the ability to manage risk. Institutions don't lend without security. They evaluate credit, ask for collateral, and prepare for losses. You can apply this in how you handle your own money. Before you put your money into anything, ask yourself, what's the downside? If you're investing in a friend's business, make sure there's a plan. If you're buying into the stock market, spread your risk. Don't go all in on one company. Diversify like the pros do. It's not about avoiding risk completely. It's about understanding it, managing it, and being prepared. Another underrated trait is patience. Financial institutions think in decades. When they issue a mortgage, they're locking in 15 to 30 years of income. When they invest in infrastructure, they know the payoff might take years. That's the kind of long-term thinking most people ignore. But it's one of the most powerful tools in building wealth. You don't need overnight success. You need discipline. If you consistently save, invest, build income streams, and avoid major setbacks, you will get ahead. Slowly, then suddenly. Take a minute to imagine where you could be 5 years from now if you started building income like this today. Maybe it's a small portfolio of stocks that pay you monthly. Maybe it's a digital product that sells worldwide. Maybe it's a couple of clients and a monthly retainer that cover your rent. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start building like the wealthy do. Let's not forget automation. Institutions rely on tech to streamline everything. You can automate your own money habits too. Use apps that round up spare change into investments. Set up recurring transfers to your savings account. Automate bill payments so you never pay late fees. These small moves mimic how bigger players operate, and they reduce stress at the same time. And finally, think about relationships. Wealthy institutions build loyalty. Customers stay for years because the systems work. You can apply this by being consistent with your own clients, your service, or even your personal network. Be someone people trust to deliver. Over time, that trust compounds into repeat business, referrals, and income you didn't have to chase. So if you want to make money like a bank, start by looking at how they move. They don't hustle. They position. They don't rely on luck. They create layers, and they never put all their eggs in one basket. They build systems that keep running with or without them. The good news, you can do the same. You don't need a suit, a big building, or billions in capital. You just need the right mindset and a willingness to build slowly and smartly. Start where you are. Use what you have. And remember, money isn't just for spending, it's for growing. If this video helped shift your perspective, hit that like button and subscribe for more practical wisdom. And drop a comment below. What small move will you make this week to start earning like the big players? You're closer than you think. Now it's time to move like money does.